Good evening, everyone. Arkstein here with my first live stream in a good while. Most of my content has been, what do you call it, pre-recorded as I played through Fire Emblem and then did the last bit of Breath of the Wild. Uh, but I said many, many months ago that once Home came out, I would go through Violet and Shiny Hunts, the other Paradox Pokemon in Violet version. Now, I only have 6 to hunt instead of the full 7 because while I was pulling the Pokedex in Violet, I ran into a shiny Iron Moth, which was kind of surprised I saw it because it's probably the hardest of the Paradox in Violet to see. So I have that one out of the way at least. It just leaves the other 6. It leaves Iron Treads, Iron Bundle, Iron Jugulis, Iron Hands, Iron Valiant, and Iron Thorns. And tonight, we are just going to be doing Iron Treads, Iron Bundle, and Iron Jugulis. I don't think that should take too long. 5 of the 7 shinies that were in that box I got before I got the shiny charm, including the Iron Moth. So, given that I was already having good luck with shinies in this copy, I hope that carries over to using the sandwiches. There's always the chance that one of these ends up being the Sandy Shocks of this game, and it takes like 10 hours. Hopefully this should only take about 3 sandwiches. We're gonna start with Iron Treads first. We're gonna be making a steel type sandwich. So my Joy-Con drift has gotten incredibly bad. Yeah, we know all that. Okay, so for steel, we are going to need 2 hamburgers, prosciutto, and 1 of each pepper. And I don't think steel is a type where the Herba Mystica matters. I know for Jugulis, if I'm remembering correctly, flying type does specifically need spicy and bitter. I think I should be able to just choose 2 here and have it be fine. Actually, I'm set out here in front. I should probably be closer to the gates. Never used the hamburger before. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, these are big enough that this makes a fine first layer. Be interesting to see if the drift screws this up at all. Thinking I have. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm gonna pray that doesn't screw this up. I have another pair of Joy-Cons that honestly probably drift worse than these do. Maybe I should try sending those in for a repair. I still don't generally know how people feel about the sandwich making. I honestly think it's way better than the other cooking methods in other games. Like, it's better than poffin making or curry. Well, curry making and poffin making are basically the same thing. And what was the other cook stuff you could do? I swear there was another one that I'm forgetting. Hopefully that didn't screw it up at all. Is also probably the only one of these sandwiches that I would actually eat in real life. Okay, sparkling title and encounter. Okay. We are going to warp straight down to... We'll warp down to the 3rd and start walking down. Nope. It was that Joy-Con drift. I don't think there's any other steel types that should interfere with this. I ran through the lists of everything. I know there's like one other ice type in the cave. But I don't think Sneasel spawns deep. I know there's a couple of flying types, but I don't think they spawn in the cave with Jugulis. Or spawn deep either. Oh, I forgot about Corviknight. Don't have a shiny Corviknight. That might be worth... If I still have time left on this sandwich, coming out here and trying to grab one. Am I going to be able to identify this without a picture? That's the million-dollar question, I think. If it spawns next to a bunch of other ones, I probably will be. I do have other content planned other than just shiny hunting Pokemon. I finally got some stuff to try out. Yeah, Treads is probably the second hardest next to the Thorn or Moth. Thorns is easy. The idea of other stuff to try out, I do have a preliminary schedule actually planned. I don't want to post it just yet, like any kind of scheduling, because I want to add more to it. That's not it, is it? No, okay. Yeah, so I want to add more to the schedule. Right now it's like 3-4 days. I want to be able to do at least 5. But the way my real life obligations work means I can't stream at the same time every day. So I want to make sure that I can at least appear in at least 2 time slots consistently, instead of bouncing around all over the place. So I'm pretty sure it's been a while. I am pretty sure I was bouncing around a bit. Previously, like, starting anywhere from like 11 p.m. to 3 in the morning. No, when did I recall? Right. But when I started now, 1 a.m., 10 p.m. will be at least the standard start time for nighttime streams. Not sure during the day. And I'll also say that if I do end up splitting stream times, day-nights, I will not split the content. And what I mean by that is, like, if I stream part 1 of a game at, like, let's say 2 p.m. in the afternoon, I won't then stream it the next day at 1 a.m. I'll try to keep parts contained to their time slots, so that it's easier to all either catch it live or catch the vlog, and there's no... like, there's no missing parts. Let me switch to a That was almost a faster clear here. I'm ignoring this one. I don't think that's shiny. See, the thing with Iron Treads is, like, if I'm remembering it properly, it's just the part near the red that changes color. I don't think anything else does. I know Bundle is super obvious. Jugulis is fairly obvious. Valiant is fairly obvious. Iron Thorns is super obvious. This and Iron Hands are probably the two that I'm most likely to walk past one. That and Iron Moth, but like I said, I got really lucky with that one. I only just happens to be looking at it. I was trying to, I was in Area 0 filling out the Pokedex, and I was trying to find a Volcarona. And since Iron Moth spawns basically everywhere, I was kind of checking them as I went. I wasn't paying super close attention. I got stuck in a battle in front of the shiny. And since I wasn't moving, I had time to look around. Probably very easily would have missed it if I hadn't been forced to stop. I will say, comparing games though, Violet's endgame is much easier. Like the Miraidon versus Miraidon fight, I know it's all scripted, but it feels so much faster. Like the Koraidon fight actually feels like it kind of drags a bit because you can't really do enough damage. But the Miraidon fight ended in like 3 turns. At least they're spawning everywhere. That helps a lot. And at least for filler content, because like I said, I do have a couple of games to play. For filler, I always drag out that 3-segmented Dunsparce from the depths of hell. That is something that I'm not sure why I thought that was a good idea. I don't even remember how many I got through. I want to say it was like 25, 26-ish. There's that, and there's also, I have been sat in front of Darkrai in Shining Pearl for months. And it's taken an absolutely inordinate amount of time. I don't know why it's taking so long. I'm honestly, at this point, afraid that I've 100% reset over the Shiny because I wasn't paying attention. But I also have that to sit into if all else fails. Because the Darkrai is so bizarre, like, I already have Arceus and Shaman out of that game Shiny. Shaman, I stopped when Arceus got released and went back to it. When I finally sat down and did it, it took like 3 or 4 days. Arceus took like 1 night. It was surprisingly fast. But I haven't been consistently doing it for months, so I wouldn't say that it's taking a super huge amount of time, but it's definitely... I don't know why I cannot get a shiny Darkrai out of that game. These all look the same. I'm pretty sure I've not walked past a shiny. sometimes the glow. And something I noticed with this team, I picked Pokemon that move on the map fast. Like, Ceruledge is one of those Pokemon that, even though it's not, like, super fast itself, it moves very quickly on the overworld. Same thing with Meowscarada, except it actually is fast. And it makes actually checking with Auto Battle viable, whereas in Scarlet, every single Pokemon on my team was slower than Sin. And it was just, you could not auto-check stuff because it took forever. Thankfully, it's not, like, super necessary in Scarlet, because basically everything outside of Sandy Shocks is super obvious. But it's nice to have the option just in case, you know, because Sandy Shocks, I would have absolutely liked to just stick something on it. How much time do we have? Is that the right menu? Nope. It's been a while since I've done this, so I don't remember the menus. Why is that still up? I need to turn that off, I guess. Okay, there's still 18 minutes left. I think if we get to about 10 minutes, and there's no shiny, I'll pull the picture just to make sure. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just this area in between the red on the treads goes from black to chrome. I'm pretty sure nothing else changes. Which is the case for most of the future paradoxes. It's just that most of them, it's a much larger area turns chrome, so it's easy to see. You know what? There was a route that you could do, isn't there? I should probably try to remember what that is. Something about jumping off the top. Just going in a circle. I know I was doing it for the Dunsparce. Need to try to remember it. Since I'll be down here again for bundle. I think I could do Jugulis down here too, but Jugulis is probably better off just doing it in the cave. I do have False Swipe on Ceruledge. I don't think it's going to help at all. Not against the Steel type. Yeah, like, see, that one looks shiny because of the way it turned. Like, the crystals reflect off of them just right sometimes. It really makes it look shiny. This isn't the way I came down last time, is it? This is... I think I came down near the Zero Gate last time, didn't I? Yeah, I came down that way. How did I end up over here? Where did I take a wrong turn? Oh no, I am at the Zero Gate. Okay, never mind. That's not the Zero Gate, rather, it's the lab, sorry. I don't think I've seen a shiny. See, probably the worst part of this was trying to get all those Herba Mystica. I forgot how obnoxious that was. Hopefully, when the DLC comes out, they make an easier method to get it. Speaking of the DLC, I want to say the last time I streamed, the DLC had not been announced yet. I know I think I'd speculated about it a couple of times. It's amazing that I think between then and now, all we've really gotten is the name of the DLC and like 5 new Pokemon. Kind of surprised there's not been an update on it since. Okay, we're at 13 minutes. Or 14, I guess it was closer to that. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. You know, I'd found like 3 or 4 times as many shiny Pokemon before I got the charm as I did in Scarlet. I was thinking this was actually going to be fairly quick. I think the loop is you jump off there. I think you're supposed to land around here and then go back up. I guess I'm glad to be getting one of the obnoxious ones out of the way first. And I'm doing hands and thorns at the same time. I guess a roll Valiant in there too, because depending on which sandwich I choose to hunt Iron Hands with, I can then use that sandwich, or part of that sandwich, for the other 2 paradoxes, since it overlaps types with both Iron Valiant and Iron Thorns. It's like if I did a fighting sandwich, I could do both Valiant and Hands, and if I did electric, I could do Hands and Thorns. And that's only if I find one of them quickly. I'm not sure that electric is the best to do, because there's actually a decent number of electric types that spawn here. There's a couple of fighting types, but I don't think it's a super overcrowded spawn pool. Not like trying to do some of past paradoxes was. It was a fairly cramped spawn pool for some of them. I honestly can't believe I forgot Corviknight spawned here. I know the only 2, I guess technically 3, because Weavile can spawn. But I'm pretty sure Sneasel does not spawn down here. I'm pretty sure it only spawns in the caves. Higher. is what I'm doing. I said as opposed to water type, or if I get close enough to some of this stuff, it's going to be gold duck spawning everywhere. Okay, wow, that was actually good timing. I'm going to pause that for a second. I wanted to try to keep my tabs minimal because of the CPU load is still not great. Let me pull up a picture on Cerebi. I apologize if there is any lag when I do this. Oh, okay, the horns and the ears become chrome also. Again, not super noticeable, but enough to pretty much convince me that I've not walked past one. It's like the horns there should also be chrome if it was shiny. Or the tusks, I guess, not horns. One of those technical differences. I think these might as well be the same thing. Tusks are just horns that grow out of the mouth. Okay, honestly, just staring at the horns, I feel like I can maybe move a little faster. Drop down, start the next loop. I did not think that I would need more than one sandwich on the very first run. I think that maybe does not bode well for the rest of the night. I'll also say my internet has been kind of suspect at around 30 minutes from now, the last couple of nights. Which is honestly odd, because it's usually quite good. We'll just throw that out there in case it all of a sudden drops. Was that a sound Iron Treads makes? It sounded like that was something else. Nothing else should be spawning down here. Okay, let's see here. None of these guys are shiny. None of these guys are. It's not spawning a lot right now. It needs to kind of start spawning them more. Let's see. I feel like if I'm gonna find one, it's gonna be up here, since this is where most of them spawn. Going back to the YouTube uploads though, I had done Fire Emblem as an entire YouTube upload because I thought it was entirely too much text to sit through a stream. And while generally it being voice acted is something that I would allow, it was the combination of that and there's so much downtime in between missions. Like, I would say I had, what, maybe 25 parts, I think, is probably either 1 over or under. I think it was probably either 23 or 26-ish. But assuming all, and some of them were more than 2 hours, but just averaging all of them at 2 hours, you're talking probably about 50 hours of recording. I want to say it took me 100 hours of game time to beat that game, or close to it. Just because of all the, like, extraneous stuff going on in the background. So, like, I'm definitely glad I decided not to stream it and just cut it down in recording. I try to avoid text-heavy stuff because, to be perfectly honest, my throat is not the greatest. It's sore relatively quickly. So I try to avoid tiring it out just reading a lot of stuff, which is why, like I said, for TM, what is it, TM? Sorry, I got distracted. Which is why I'm generally fine with it if it's voice acted, so I don't have to do reading. Which is why one of the games I was looking at was Mega Man, and again, that's a very Battle Network specifically, not like X or the original series. Those are, again, they're very text-heavy. And I'm torn between streaming them because they're much shorter games than something like Fire Emblem. Like, I think they mostly cap out around 20 hours if you're not doing everything. Or maybe just doing them off-screen and uploading boss fights. I'm kind of leaning more towards the boss fights for it. But I'm not really sure how long those would take. Like, some of them, if you're kitted well, take like less than 5 minutes. I'm really not going to find one, am I? Okay. I do wish you could do picnics in Area 0. It would kind of save time. Oh, and also, I had done the Zelda as my last upload. Tears of the Kingdom obviously just came out last month, I think. And so I dug up my copy of Breath of the Wild to check it. I think my last save in that game was in 2019, and I had done almost everything except fight Ganon. And so I decided, well, okay, I guess I'll fight Ganon and record it. Since it had been a little bit of time since the last Fire Emblem upload. I wasn't quite sure what to do at that point. But I do plan on starting Tears of the Kingdom eventually. I don't actually own the game yet, but probably sometime next month I'll get it and start streaming it. I'm gonna be honest here, aside from absolutely zero shinies, I'm 37 minutes into this recording, and my mic is not desynced once yet. I'm incredibly surprised. I did unplug some stuff and close some background applications. I wonder. I'm not sure why it would. The CPU usage is about what it always was when I did this. I guess it's slightly lower. I think it's like 50 to 60 as opposed, or 50 to 70 as opposed to like 60 to 80. Like I unplugged my, what do you call it? External. Oh, that is not an iron treads. Which means the sandwich is over. Okay, I did not expect to go through an entire sandwich and not find one. That is incredibly disturbing, honestly. After looking at the picture, I'm pretty sure I did not walk past one. Like Sandy Shoxy, when I finally found it, I wasn't even sure it was shiny. Like, I'm pretty sure if I were to go back and watch the entire time I was doing that, I would have seen, like, at least one or two. But I'm confident that I did not see a single shiny Iron Tusk there, and that I did not walk past any. And hit every single button except the menu button. Okay. Okay. Hamburgers, the prosciutto, and I don't think it matters what order you choose the peppers in. Certainly hope it doesn't. I don't see why it would. Okay, that's definitely gonna affect the sandwich. I'm not used to doing the sandwiches. Sorry about that, this chair has gotten rather loud. It's, honestly disappointing. This is, the second chair that I have gotten since I moved here. The first chair lasted probably 5 or 6 years until it finally got to a point where I decided pretty much all of the cushioning is gone. It makes so much noise when I move around that I'm afraid it's going to snap and I'm going to impale myself on the, I don't know what you can call it, but like the metal part of the chair where the seat rests. This one is the exact same kind of chair. Because obviously, you know, I like the other one so much, why not just get it again? And I got this one. It's probably reaching its 3rd year. And it has been absolutely garbage for like the last 6 months. It's disturbing how wildly different the quality between the two is. It makes me a lot more hesitant to pick out shoes, because this chair by itself is like, it's an $80 chair, and I mean, sure, most chairs are gonna run more, like way more than, especially like a decent chair is probably gonna run like $300. I mean, $80 is still a lot of money for something to fall apart in less than 3 years. it makes me consider, you know, definitely not gonna deal with this kind of chair when I get one again. Which is a shame because I really liked the first one. It just got to a point where there was no padding left. I was basically sitting on the plastic base of the chair. And this one, there's still padding. Like, the padding is fine. The issue is it's a chair that you can adjust the height. The biggest issue is that after not even a year and a half of owning the chair, it starts slipping. And it's then 2 years in, and all of the cushion covering is peeling off. And those were, I don't think that ever happened with the other one. And good evening. Gonna have to look harder for chairs in the future. Yeah, this should be the good steel encounter title. Yeah, there we go. Head back down to Area 3 and work my way down into the cave. Okay, definitely keeping in mind that the tusks and the ears also turn chrome. Okay, they're not smiling that much. Here we go, okay. I hate seeing stuff spawn on the edge like that. I'm always afraid it's going to be shiny and it's going to fall. It's not happened yet, but I'm sure it's going to at some point. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that was way more obvious than I was expecting it to be. I'm probably, what, not even 3 minutes into the sandwich. I'll just go for a critical capture with a dusk ball. We're not gonna get it. Just fish for crit captures. Since I don't really have a good way to lower its HP. After seeing this, I'm at least 100% confident that I did not walk past one on the first sandwich. Okay, come on. Okay, what does it take to get a critical capture here? I want 6 dust balls now, probably. Probably should have been keeping track. I'm starting to move into timer ball territory, I think. Just not let it start taking party members out. Okay, this is worse than Roaring Moon. This thing will not get in a ball. There we go. Okay, there's the crit. Okay, very nice. Let's see. I probably still have, what, like 20 minutes of sandwich left? Or more than that. Probably closer to like 25. 25 exactly, just about. I guess rather than wasting the rest of the sandwich, let me see if I can go find like a Poniard or a Bisharp or something. Something that I don't have that I can use a steel type sandwich for. It is raining, so the FPS is not great here. If it's because of the rain, no, it's usually not great here, but... heal my party while I'm here. Let's see, there's Poniard and Bisharp. There's the Corviknight that spawn in Area 0. I have Revavroom, so I don't need that. Why is there... oh, it must be a fixed spawn. I can have Magneton and Magnezone. I guess I could always look for Magnemite or Varoom. I guess I don't have either, technically. Orthworm is... yeah, that'll be what I do. If I find a Poniard or Bisharp here, I'll go look for Orthworm. Okay. Don't know why that spawned there. If it was a... it's not lake... I mean, it could be lake spawns, I guess. Oh, okay. I guess this is the lucky sandwich. I think Quick Ball is fine here. That's a critical capture, it's nice. Because it's blue on blue. I'm not a super big stickler for matching Pokeball colors to Pokemon colors. But I do think it is nice to do it occasionally. I tend to just default to Dusk Balls. Yeah, let's fly to the desert and see if we can grab an Orthworm off the sandwich too. Yeah, like this is kind of what I was expecting with the rate I've been finding shinies pre-shiny charm in this game. I think the first sandwich was an anomaly. This should be very obvious if one spawns. That must be a fixed Braviary spawn. Must be fixed cac. That. The weather just did a funny there or something. Maybe I should catch the iron threads while I'm here. Actually, oh, there it is. Yeah, I can come back and get that later, I guess. Imagine we still probably have at least like 15 minutes left. Ooh, yeah, more than I thought. I know when I did the Scarlet Paradoxes, I ended up wasting a bunch of sandwich time. I probably should not have done that. Especially since I've already gotten an extra out of this. Oh, no, okay, it's bad. Okay, where are all the spawns? There we go. Well, learning what the set spawns are here, there's a lot more of them than I thought there were. Like, I thought these cacturns were kind of just wandering spawns. Or regular, rather. I guess most of them are fixed. I'm not gonna see more from it. If I go too close to that, I'm gonna see Tinket Tough, I think is the first one. Is it supposed to be raining? No, it's like every... It's like it's a rain texture popping up every now and then. Which is bizarre, that's not something I've had happen before. Okay, I was nowhere near that orb farm. And something that I've noticed happen a couple of times in this game is it triggering the encounter when I'm not close to the Pokemon. It's not something that ever happened in Scarlet. So I don't know if it's like somehow a Violet exclusive bug or if it's just this specific copy of the game. guess I never fought that guy. Okay, I thought I fought everybody out here. Yeah, at the rate we're going, looks like we might get 2 off of the sandwich, which I think is just about average for me that I've noticed. I think it was, what, still 12 minutes? Oh god, not even 15. Yeah, that one was also, I think, kind of off. Definitely plenty, more than enough time to find one. What else is there, though, if I do find one? Steel types in this game. A room. I guess if I wanted to go get more pawn here just to complete the line, I could do that. There's Magnemite. I'm forgetting one. No King Gambit doesn't spawn. Corviknight I could go do. Okay, it's a fixed fantasy spawn. It seems a little unnecessary. Other steel type. I might get. Yeah, I guess I have Tinkered. What is it? What's the second one? I guess the mid stage and Tinkerton. I guess I technically have those, but not the first one. I guess I could do that too. I'm kind of lucky with all these star piece traps. Actually, like, there's way more soft sand and stuff like that. honestly, is this here? What more else this was? Honestly, feels like there's not actually that many earthworms spawning. Of course, I said something about star pieces, and now it's been like, what, 3 or 4 potions in a row? Now, see, I don't know how that one didn't trigger. I was basically right on top of it, and I didn't see it. But it didn't start the encounter. But I've had 2 now going through here where I was a solid 4 or 5 feet away and it dragged me into the encounter. Still 10 minutes, that's plenty of time. Is this where the spot for spawn? I thought it was further west. I've been going in circles for so long here, I've kind of lost track of where I was. I don't remember there being more than one Santa Contact here. Kind of took it a while for a sandstorm to start. And then make it a little more difficult to eventually see a shiny. Yeah, see, there we go. Not even close to it. Like, I'm pretty sure even if it was already stretched out on the ground, I would not have been touching it. Another Sandaconda. brain's really slowed to a crawl there for a second. Another thing I found with this game too is I feel like I had less frame drops in Split. Like right now, it's absolutely crawling. Maybe it's because it could be because my Switch is overheating. I mean, it's warm in here, but I don't think it's that. I will say, at least, if I remember reading it properly, unless they've fixed it, the sandwich timer is actually tied to the game's FPS. So if the FPS slows down, the timer slows down also. I don't know if that was ever fixed, though. I don't think it's something that you really can fix. I think it's just kind of how the game works. It seems kind of bizarre to tie it to FPS and not, like, the system clock. We've got about 5 minutes left. Looks like we're just gonna get the 2 out of this sandwich, which is fine. It's 1 more than I expected. That's again, I don't know how that didn't trigger an encounter, with like this does. I guess maybe they're surprising. If there are surprise encounters, Orthworm would have to be the only Pokemon in the game that doesn't. Like, not even the stuff that falls out of trees instant gets you. You have a chance to run from it. Looks like the sandstorm might be clearing up a little bit, maybe. Maybe it is just surprise encounters. Seems kind of odd because Orthworm is generally something that runs away. Yeah, like, that wasn't even on the map. It's gotta be surprise encounters. It seems kind of odd because, like I said, like even the stuff that falls out of trees, you have a chance to run away from it. It doesn't auto put you down. Plus, there's really only one thing that jumps out of trees and runs at you, and it's spite offs. Just over a minute. Looks like, when something happens all of a sudden. I suppose there's always the rare Orthworm outbreaks. I've maybe seen one of, but I guess they do happen. Okay, yep, there's Flittle, so that was the last of that. Okay, so let's... We got it saved. Let's quickly throw together the ice sandwich. This should be really easy to spot. Okay, so this is actually something that uses cloth sticks. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, cloth stick's gonna have to go last. Looks like something that would very easily roll off the sandwich. I realized there were 6 of them. Ooh, maybe I should have tried putting them first. I have a feeling they're gonna knock everything off here. Okay, maybe we might be safe. Okay, it's safe. It's on. It's about as close as you can get to being on the sandwich. Okay, let's see what we get. Make sure we get the right stuff here. Sparkling type. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be one that has to use spicy and bitter, I guess. I know flying needs spicy and bitter. I didn't know there were. I hope I have enough spicy and bitter. I might have to look up the water sandwich just to power through this. Okay, let's try this again. Caustic, prosciutto. I have just enough, okay. Thankfully, I think these are probably the only two that actually require bitter and spicy. Please don't stick. Come on. Let's stick any other time than when I'm trying to drop stuff on the sandwich. Cloth sticks actually support stuff a lot better than I thought it would. Thought everything would be kind of rolling around. Maybe that is the base. That one doesn't matter. That does, probably. Not have to make the sandwich 3 times, please. Okay, yeah. Definitely, well, I don't have to do this in the future, at least. That is one that needs spicy and bitter. This is where I can just follow the same loop that I was doing for iron treads. This is one that's at least super obvious if I see it. almost did not make that jump. Let's see, for an ice type sandwich, if I get out of here with a decent amount of time left on the sandwich, we'll probably try to get ice cube since it's version exclusive. I'm pretty sure anything else I could also just go do in Scarlet. I guess I can't just drive straight up. I do have to actually jump over it. Nothing up here this time. Also, linked to my biggest wish list for DLC is the inclusion of the audio cue from Arceus. I shudder to think how many times I've had a shiny spawn behind me and just not know. I know it's happened at least, well, I can't not know it if I know that it happened, but it's happened at least twice to me, where the only reason I saw the shiny was because I just turned around for some reason. This one of the attack. It's probably the first one in the entire time here that actually came after me. Okay, 20-ish. I don't think we start panicking until 10. I always say that I'll probably be panicking by 15. Very small one. I guess it is tidal power, so I guess it could roll, probably roll tiny. That isn't tidal, isn't it? I'd like to pick up the pace, but I feel like stuff does not spawn frequently enough to be going too fast. I also feel like going too fast just increases the chance you drive past it as it's spawning and you don't see it. I've done some tests, well, I wouldn't call them tests, but I guess rough estimates of the spawn circle. It's not that good. I definitely think you move out of the spawn circle before it fully spawns stuff, if you're going fast enough. starting to get a little nervous. It's been... I got 15 minutes left in this sandwich. I think I found Poniard with 20 left on the steel sandwich, so it's been about 40-ish minutes since we saw a shine. It's actually a decent amount of time for having 2 sandwiches active. In theory, law of averages being what they are, one should appear relatively soon. Unless I enter a super unlucky path. But then again, I've already had 1 sandwich spawn 0 Chinese today. I feel like having 2 of 3 sandwiches do that is not very likely. Like, even in all the time I was messing around with the Dunsparce, that only happens like once, maybe? To go 2 and 3 with no shiny Pokemon? Even when I was running, like, find a shiny in the first 5 minutes of 1 sandwich, and then in the last 2 minutes of the second, like, that's a almost hour-long gap, but it's still 2 shinies and 2 sandwiches. Like, finding 2 shinies or 0 color in a combined 60-minute period is... It's just, it feels super unlikely. Oh, okay, that was a cheeky spot for one to be sitting. I'm not sure how it was set there. Nice spawns. Hello. I walked right into that one. I'm getting a little careless. Alright. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be leading with my Murkina. That might not be the best idea. I totally forgot about Quark Drive. So that's probably why Iron Tread was doing so much damage. Hey, yeah, we're about to 10 minutes. I'm honestly kind of shocked. I guess I won't be, at the very least, I won't be looking for any other things with this sandwich. At the rate this one's going, it's gonna be a last like 2 minutes if one shows up. Kind of hoping this doesn't turn into a find the shiny charm and all of a sudden stop seeing shiny Pokemon game. It kind of happened to me in Sword, where I found a decent number before I got the charm, and then I got the charm and just stopped seeing them. At least this is one that I can say with confidence that I've not walked past one. Genuinely kind of surprised though. Well, I will say, I guess if this is the price I have to pay to not have another Sandy Shock situation where it took like 7 sandwiches, then I'm more than fine with that. But at least with Sandy Shocks, I was finding shinies that weren't it. Because there's so many electric types that spawn in here. I was finding like Tommy and Palmo and stuff like that. We're approaching crunch time for this sandwich. Very much like this scene anytime. was just kind of standing by that crystal menacingly. The lighting is changing. It's beacon. Come on now. Any minute. We've definitely gotten to the part of my patience, though, where if I have to make another sandwich just for this, I'm cutting the sandwich right after I find it. I'm not going to try to find something else, but just for the sake of time. I already spent an hour on 2 steel tip sandwiches. Whoops. That's why you watch where you're going when you're driving or something. Stuff just kind of jumps out at you. I feel like there's a lot more of them spawning all of a sudden. Yeah, this is, sandwich is going to be a wash, isn't it? That's disappointing. This is basically the last hurrah here for this sandwich. Whoops, yeah, okay, that's definitely it. That's gonna be like the last 6 seconds of it there just to get out of that battle. That's surprising. That's, just under 2 hours. And only one sandwich with Chinese. Definitely was not expecting it. I guess it does. I mean, it probably balances out overall because I'm pretty sure almost every single Scarlet Paradox I've found in one sandwich, except for Sandy Shocks. Sandy Shocks is going to haunt me for the rest of the time I play these games. Did I not pick the right Herba Mysticas? That sandwich looks like it's the wrong color. You know, I kind of autopiloted the ingredient choice. Oh, I did not screw it up. What just happened there? That kind of phased through the sandwich there. Try this again. This is going to be one where it's going to make basically waste the entire sandwich by finding it in the first 3 minutes again. Actually, Satire was probably the best. The tank. Iron Bundle actually hits this team, most of this team super good. hold on for a second. Gotta fix something. Okay. You almost got me again, you cheeky little sucker. Such a weird spot for it to spawn. I suppose there's always a chance with one this small that spawns next to a crystal and it missed it. Oh, landed right on top. It's been like 35 minutes of sandwich. Let's find one more, please. Just getting a little silly. Oh, that's not good. Once again, it's like the third time one is spawned right there. One of these days, it's going to be the one that's shiny. I'm going to jump around here. Starting to second guess myself here. I'm like 99% sure it's the chrome is where the red is. But this should be super obvious. I'm close to looking up a picture just to double check. We're closing on a 45 minutes of sanity. That's, a little lucky now. I don't even know if you could call it luck at this point. I think max odds is what, like 1 in 400-ish? Maybe 500 for Sandwich 3 Shiny Charm? Gotta be broaching points. No way we haven't passed at least a couple hundred Iron Bundle at this point. I saw that one sitting on the fence. I thought for a second that one was shiny. The double take at it. Because it was just its bald head reflecting. $15 left. If there's no shinies this one, that'd be 3 of 4 sandwiches without shinies, and I cannot remember the last time that's happened. I'm pretty sure 2 and 3 has happened at least once. 2 in a row has happened at least once. But 3 and 4, no luck. Like, that's abysmally bad luck. Like, I'm pretty sure even in my worst done sparse runs, I still managed to average 1 done sparse sandwich. Or I guess you take it for like 1 shiny sandwich period, but I'm averaging like half a shiny sandwich at this point. Just again, it's baffling because I was finding so many before I got the shiny charm. I mean, I guess I could karmically be paying for that iron pot, but I found without the shiny charm. say this, if I somehow manage to not find one in the last 10 minutes of this sandwich, I will do one Jugulis sandwich, and that will be the last one I do tonight, because it's getting kind of late. I honestly kind of expected to have found all 3 of them by now. It's about the rate I was going in Scarlet. Like Scarlet, I had one that took forever, but everything else took one sandwich. Okay, I'm free to go time. I'm gonna check real quick the picture. There's no way I've walked past one. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I've walked past one. They just have not been spawning. 5 minutes left. This one. I also think next time I go to do bundle, I will look up the water type sandwich. Just because I didn't realize I only had 2. Was it spicy? It was one of the 2 I only had 2 of. Like I missed it because I know for a fact that I need it for flying. I don't know if I need it for any of the others. Probably like 1 or 2 more laps. Nope, not quick. I was looking at my clock. Might as well just look behind me to make sure nothing's falling. Yeah, I don't even have enough time for one more loop. I'll go back and forth, I think. Between here and there, like this spot and that spot that responds the last minute. Man, it's gonna be 60 minutes of sandwiches in a row. With no chance. It's actually a little impressive. Frustrating, but impressive. Ooh. Okay. I was worried we were gonna see a crash there right at the end. Okay, that was emotionally devastating. You switch to do. I'll do one Jugulis sandwich. If I find Jugulis in the first 5 minutes of the sandwich, I'll do one last bundle sandwich. I do not think that's going to happen with the rate this has been going tonight. Okay, so flying is a slightly different sandwich. Nothing like making a picnic in the pouring rain. This is 2 times prosciutto, onion, this has to be these two, I'm pretty sure. It's like ice type where it has to be these two. Most of the other ones, it can be any. I feel like I've made the flying sandwich before. I can't think of what was. It's one of the Scarlet Paradox's flying things. I don't remember what it being. Slitherwing is bug fighting. Shocks is ground electric. Fluttermane is fairy ghost. Moon is dark dragon. Tusk is ground fighting. Oh, Bonnet is dark grass. See, I don't know why I feel like I've made this sandwich before. I didn't, like, read flying and then write down the wrong sandwich. Okay, show me sparkling and encounter. Yep. Jugulis looking at its picture, I don't think should be difficult. Depends on how the lighting inside this cave is. So I'm gonna go to where, like, Valiant and them all spawn. As much as it pains me to, I'm going to ignore it. Oh yeah. I can safely say it now that I've passed them. Why bother? Why chance? I know, like, the Griever and them all spawn regardless. Like, they always spawn for some reason. This is probably the only area where you can boost constantly because going in a circle refreshes everything, but also, like, you have enough room to go in the circle and see stuff behind you. While cycling this last, like, why is non-flying type sport? Like, Golduck I understand because it's technically a separate area. The Greavards are always here. But I don't know why, like, Pablo and them all spawning. Jugulis should be different enough that I immediately recognize it. Okay, this I think spawned like right under me. A weird spawn for Greavards. Chance? Like, I don't understand the Chansey, I don't understand the Pokemon. The Golduck I get, the Greavard is always here. So I understand it in the house. Like, Jugulis should be the only next one. Unless the spawn table in here is like super weird and it's not all cave or something. Like obviously over by the waterfall is probably lake. That's why I understand the Golduck spawning over here. But I do not understand all the Palmo and the Chansey. Oh, okay. See, now this is a waste of the sandwich. And it's incredibly bizarre because it's, again, it's not what I'm looking for. It's not even something that's boosted by the sandwich. It's a critical capture. Yeah, not even something boosted by the sandwich. It's just, it's baffling to me that the first shiny I've run into in well over an hour is something that's not boosted by the sandwich at all. And now I definitely have to use the water for bundle because I only have one bitter herb. So bizarre. Like, I don't understand why all the non-Jugulis stuff is spawning. It's how far away for that lake for the gold to spawn. Yeah, I almost thought that was a shiny chance, and I was gonna get, like, actually kind of upset. Now I'm at a point now where, like, I kind of need the Jugulis to justify this sandwich. I could run in circles in here without a sandwich on and still find the shiny house. Like, if I'd wanted shinies that weren't Jugulis, I would have put the dark sandwich on, so like a safe I would spawn or something. Because I don't have a shiny Sableye. I mean, I didn't have a shiny Houndstone either. With Sableye, I would at least be boosted by the sandwich if I used the dark sandwich. Actually, we're panicking something. I'm pretty sure Jugulis spawns in the lower cave too. Let me try to declutter the spawn table since all sorts of non-Jugulis stuff is spawning here. I swear I didn't have this problem with, like, Roaring Moon or Fluttermane. I guess I can think of it this way. I was looking for 3 shiny Paradox Pokemon, and I got 3 shinies. Only one of them was what I was looking for. Jugulis actually seems like it's spawning quicker down here than Bundle. And I know for Iron Hands I gotta kind of be down here too, because the way the light reflects off its chrome dome makes it really hard to tell. Jugulis is spawning a little fast. Why did Bundle not spawn this fast? I can hear. Maybe it's because they fly, technically? Maybe that has something to do with it? I might have to double check my math actually. I think I might have collected just enough of a mist. And by that I mean like I needed 12 Paradox Pokemon, or 6 Paradox Pokemon, I got 12 Herb Mist. Like that Greybird might have ruined this a little. I'll have to double check. It definitely made it so I can't do the S-type checks. Yes, 15 minutes to not lose my marbles. I had originally intended the Paradox Pokemon to be 2 streams. At the rate we're going, it's definitely 3. Unless I start finding them incredibly quickly in the next stream. Hopefully it doesn't get to like a point where it's 4 or something like that. Yeah, not sure about that one. It's not as bad as those orc ones were. I guess that's okay. Okay, that one was getting tired, so I need to judge the distance. Let's go up. I'm losing my marbles here. Okay, that was a little close. Trying to weasel my way through. There's actually so many spawning. It's like the polar opposite of Iron Bundle. Which were, I feel like, not actually spawning that much, which is kind of weird. It's weird to see it spawn on the crystal way up there. Come on, there's so many Jugulis spawning. One of them has to catch. I go 3 sandwiches in a row with no shiny Paradox Pokemon. I don't know. Like, that's gotta be something. It would technically be 3 in a row with no shiny because of the sandwich. Like, had that Houndstone not shown up, I think I would have absolutely lost my marbles a long time ago. And even then, I still almost lost him. Mostly Jugulis has a deceptively large hitbox. Okay, it's 6 minutes left. Come on. Just throw me one more shiny paradox tonight. This is turning into Sandy Shocks, but instead of for like one specific paradox, it's all lucky. This is definitely turning into a game where getting the shiny charm for some reason makes my luck way worse. It's the only way I can explain this. It happens sometimes. If I want to say Ultraman, the same thing happened. I got the shiny charm and just stopped finding shinies. Same thing with Omega Ruby too, I think. It just feels like the charm does nothing. It sometimes actively makes it worse. I'll say this, I'll feel like... How do I explain this? That in a game where you're already finding a decent number of shinies when you don't have the charm, but getting the charm somehow reverses that. Makes it worse overall. But if you're playing a game and you're not getting a lot of shinies, then getting the shiny charm, you start finding a lot. Like in Scarlet, I think I found maybe one shiny Pokemon before I got the shiny charm. And then I found all of the paradoxes bar Sandy Shocks in one sandwich. I shiny hunted an entire team of Pokemon, and they all only took one sandwich. Some of them I found multiple shinies with. And there were a couple of eggs I hatched that hatched incredibly quickly for shinies. But in this game, I think I found 5 shinies before I even completed the Pokedex. And I've gotten the shiny charm, and I think I've only found 4 since. And 3 of them have been this stream. I do think in the future for Jugulis, I'll come down here, though. There's less, like, random stuff spawning. You don't need random Clefairy or Palmo spawning. I mean, 2 minutes is plenty of time. It's definitely, I think, Bonnet I found in the last minute of the stage. It's definitely happened to me. Where I was whining and whinging and all sorts of complaining that I wasn't going to find one, and then I found one. Whoops. That was not good. That ate like 10 seconds off that timer. I wonder if that lag spike... Yep, that lag spike was the same thing. Okay, that's, I'll say it's a rather disappointing night for shiny hunting. I was looking for 3 Paradox Pokemon, I only found 1 in 3 hours. I found 3 shinies in 3 hours, which is actually still kind of bad. Even when I was doing the Dunsparces, I was finding like minimum 8 in 3 hours. So 3 shinies in 3 hours is not good. But I think I will stop it there for tonight. I'll pick this back up Sunday night at the same time. And I guess try for Bundle and Jugulis again. I was hoping to keep it all contained to 2 streams, but I don't think that's happening anymore. But thank you all for your time tonight, and I hope to see you all on Sunday.